Hey guys! Welcome to episode 3 of In the Virtual Garden with Mrs. Bowers. So today we're inside and I wanted us to check up on our herbs that we planted back in episode 2. So I'm going to flip our screen, take a look at how our herbs are doing. So if we zoom in close, here's our basil doing really well. They were the first to germinate, so their leaves are a little bit thicker than the others. We have our chives in the back. And here's our parsley. I want us to focus in on the parsley for a second. If you notice, the parsley seems to be leaning a little bit to the left, as if it has moved in that direction. When I first come down in the morning, before I've turned our grow light on, which is located above the dome, I notice that our parsley is leaning to the left. Now, the main source of light that they're getting until we turn the grow light on is out this door to my office, where there's some pretty bright windows there. So it seems to make sense that they might be leaning towards the left, but let's find out what happens after we turn the grow light on. So I'm going to back up. There it goes. Okay, we're going to check back in with our plants after keeping the lights on for about an hour or so. Now let's take a look at the herbs after being under the grow light for about an hour since this morning. Let's take a closer look at our parsley. What do you observe about this parsley? Tiny little sprouts, but notice that it seems as though they're moving or leaning towards the light. In fact, they are not actually moving, but instead growing towards the light. This is a process called phototropism. Phototropism is the growth of an organism in response to a light stimulus. In this case, the light stimulus is our grow light, which is located above all of our plants. If we take a look at the basil is located directly under the light. Therefore, it seems to be growing straight up and not tilted like the parsley. In the case of phototropism, a chemical signal called auxin causes plants to elongate or grow cells faster on the side of the plant that is farthest from the light. So if you take a look, if we were looking at this microscopically, more plant cells would be growing on the left side of these parsley plants than on the right side, which is causing them to look as though they are leaning towards that light. The goal of plants is always to get light, that light energy, in order to go through photosynthesis, making energy for more plant growth. So my question to you here is, what should I do in order to get these parsley plants to grow straight? If I have to keep our light source locked in place on the dome, what should I do about these parsley plants? So that's question number 1. What can I do in order to get these plants to continue to go straight if I cannot move the light source? So that's question number 1. Question number 2 is actually for you to do a little investigating of your own. I want you to go and find some evidence of phototropism, either in your house, outside, or online. So what I want you to do for part number 2, or question 2, is to either draw an example of phototropism taking place, take a picture if you can find something in your house or outside of your house of phototropism taking place, or go online and find an example picture of phototropism taking place. All right, and there you have it, guys. So question number 1, what should I do in order to make those parsley plants stand up straight without being able to move the light source? And question 2 is to give me an example of phototropism. Either draw an example, take a picture of an example either in your house or outside of your house, or 3, to Google search a diagram explaining phototropism. And then you want to share those answers on our Google Doc that's attached to this video on Google Classroom. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.